Pokemon just announced a brand new Pokemon game called Pokemon ZA, and with it, Mega Evolutions, the return of Mega Evolutions. We're gonna break down the top 10 best Mega candidates in Pokemon Gen 9. Let's get it. All right, I think it's only fitting that we start this one off with Ceruledge, Mega Ceruledge, or they could even do like a Latios, Latias type style, where it's like Mega Armarouge and Ceruledge both get a form, but we're gonna focus primarily on Ceruledge on this one. One, it gives me big Lucario vibes, and obviously Mega Lucario was a very important piece of the Kalos region, the storyline there. That's actually when you get your Mega Bracelet, which is pretty cool. Ceruledge is promoted everywhere. It seems to be in all the new trailers, and it's in a bunch of the Pokemon merchandise, and it's becoming a very popular Pokemon, so I anticipate Ceruledge to get quite a bit of love there. Its ability is Weak Armor and Flash Fire, but I could see that changing to Speed Boost or Adaptability. Both of these attacks would be absolutely insane for abilities, give it a speed buff and be able to deal even more damage with its fire and ghost type attacks. Now, every Mega Evolution generally gets 100 stat buff to its stats across the board. I envision Ceruledge getting an attack buff of 10, but I'm gonna actually give it a massive special attack buff, so it kind of hybridizes the two Mega Ceruledge and Armarouge together. Just kind of playing with that idea, making this a mixed special attacker, and we're gonna buff its speed up to 115. I think if you had this Pokemon with speed boost or with adaptability, it would hit insanely hard. Number 2, I gotta show some love to Mega Scovillain. This is a very cool Pokemon, the dual-headed pepper with the fire and grass typing. I would love to see this get a third head. Maybe it's an electric head, or maybe it gets a water head or something like that, but a third pepper could make this thing even crazier. And I feel like the perfect typing for this, if you didn't add a third type with like kind of like Steelworker, Delmise, or it added another type to it, I think I could see Drought on this thing to kind of buff those fire type moves and also give it Solar Blade and Solar Beam right away. That would be very, very hard. It would be so strong, it would hit very hard. I would love that. I would give it a 30 attack buff. I would give it a 30 special attack buff. I would buff its speed by 30 and give it just a little bit more bulk. So it's going to be a mixed sweeper, much like the Armarouge and Ceruledge. We'll have a little bit more variety in this one, but that would just be epic. Curveball, we're talking Mega Spidops next. Yes, Spidops is a Pokemon that feels very unfinished at this point in time, but I think it could be really cool as the trap Pokemon. This thing could rock with Shadow Tag, or even a new ability that's kind of like Shadow Tag, but it sets up Sticky Web as well on Mega Evolution, kind of going with its theme. I envision this very much like Banette, the ghost type Pokemon that got a Mega Evolution, where it's got some pretty interesting stats and it functions as a supporter. I think that'd be really cool. It has a signature move that slows opponents down. It's kind of like Protect, and it could fit with the theme of a trap type Pokemon. For its stats, I gotta focus on its defenses. So we're gonna give it a nice little attack buff. We're gonna buff its defense and special defense by 40 though. That's gonna allow it to take those hits a little bit more effectively and take advantage of that Shadow Tag like trap effect that I think would be devastating in competitive Pokemon. Now, y'all know I love me some Megas, but it is a long time until Pokemon Z8 comes out, which is why you need to check out my game Alestrals. Alestrals is about to launch. We've got our first edition coming off the boat here in the next few weeks, and you can pre-order now at shopalestrals.com to check out the hottest new game. After we crushed our Kickstarter with a historic Kickstarter campaign, we are finally launching our new set of products. You don't want to miss out. We've got an incredible game. Our lore story is dropping, the World Championships, and much, much more. This is the year of Alestrals, so make sure you check it out. Discord.gg/Alestrals. I hope to see you there. We're building something special with the community. It's going to be epic. Coming up next, we got to show some love to Mega Garganacl. That's right, the big rock titan. This thing is an absolute beast, and I would love to see it get a Mega Evolution. From a stat perspective alone, it has incredible attack, defense, and HP, so you could buff both of those and make it astronomical. Let's just give it 150 base attack. Let's give it 160 base defense, one of the strongest defenders up there with Regirock. And let's give it some more special defense, because I like the Chaos. It's got that really cool effect, Purifying Salt. We're going to make that huge power. Yes, I am maniacal. I want 150 base stat attack Pokemon with huge power. I don't even care. We're gonna rock this thing with Salt Cure. It's gonna be insane. It looks awesome. I want Mega Garganacl, and I know you do too. All right, listen, we had Mega Mawile. It's only fair we're gonna get Mega Tinkaton. This thing feels like Mawile 2.0. Give it huge power, give it pure power. We're sticking with that theme. This hammer is gonna hit hard. Or you give it an effect that buffs hammer moves, because it has Ice Hammer, and maybe you give it some more elemental hammers. This thing could be sick. We're gonna buff its attack up to an astronomical level, 145 base attack. We're gonna buff its defenses, mostly its physical defense, because its special defense is already pretty good. And we're gonna slow it down, because that hammer is gonna only get bigger. It's gonna be the biggest hammer you've ever seen. It's gonna be huge, and it's gonna destroy some souls. So I'm very excited for this one. One of my favorite Pokemon in the generation is Sea Titan. This thing is a beast with Slush Rush. We're gonna keep Slush Rush because it's so good. We're gonna pair it in the hail. It's gonna be a monster in the hail. We're gonna give it a 40 base attack, so it hits even harder. We're gonna give it a little bit of speed and a lot of bulk, so it's gonna get the defense and special defense buff. That's gonna be key for Sea Titan. This thing hits so hard, especially if you get an attack attack buff. You put it in Hail, it's gonna be sick. I'm very excited. This is one of my favorites. Like I said, it's a beast. Really cool Pokemon. Low Kicks has to be one of my favorite designs in Generation 9, and we gotta show some love to it here. Mega Low Kicks, one of the coolest design Pokemon. I love it. It could be super offensive. It already has First Impression, it has U-Turn, it has a ton of different options to hit really hard, knock off, throat chop, a lot of really good stuff there. And if you were to change its ability Tinted Lens, which is pretty good, and give it something like adaptability or speed boost so it can hit harder or faster, I think that could be really dope. And it could fit with like this motorcycle idea that someone had posted here, the Common Rider vibe. But I'm gonna give it a massive attack buff because I think you give this thing an attack buff with First Impression, it's gonna hit really hard. You're gonna lose your you're gonna lose your Terra in this game, so you're gonna need to kind of make up for that. You got your defense buff a little bit there, and then a nice little speed buff up to 122. That would make it hit very hard. It would almost be like this generation's Mega Beedrill in a way. So I think that could be really sick. Mega Low Kicks. All right, listen, Belly Bolt has big Mega Energy, much like Audino did. I want to see this thing go super bulky. I love this fan art, by the way. It's hilarious. It does already have a signature ability called Electromorphosis, but we're going to change that a little bit. We're going to make it so it basically gets Charge Beam every time it hits. Like, every time it attacks, it's just going to boost its own special attack. Dude, this thing is going to be maniacal, and I think it would be really fun. So we're going to make it super bulky. We're going to buff up the defense, the special defense. We're going to make it slower, and then we're going to give it a special attack buff. And don't forget, this thing is going to hit harder every single turn of the attacks. I think this thing would be a really, really fun Mega Evolution. I would love to see Mega Belly Bolt. We have to include Mega Room. Poison and Steel is an incredible typing that we've never really seen before, and it's got to have speed boost because you know those different Team Star battles, it had speed boost. We're going to give it speed boost. Great typing, has some really cool signature moves like Shift Gear and Spin Out. It could hit incredibly hard. We're going to give it 30 attack to buff this thing up, a little bit of defense and special defense, and then we're going to make it a lot faster. 130 base speed is going to put it way up there at the top of the metagame, and it's going to hit so hard with its signature moves. This car is going to go fast in this game. Pokemon ZA. I want to see me some Room Mega Evolution. And last but certainly not least is going to be Mega Orw Worm. This guy's got arms if you didn't know, and he needs to use them. So we're going to bring this funny design to a Mega Evolution. It could be a bit stronger, and we could give it Regenerator, which I think would be cool. This guy that he could just heal himself when he switches out. He's got Shed Tail. That would be just a crazy strategy, man, if he's healing up at the same time. Absolutely nuts. We're going to give him 40 attack. We're going to buff his defense even higher to 175. We're going to boost his special defense up to 75. And we're going to give him a little bit of a speed buff. But this thing, man, this is going to be a monster. I'll tell you what, if this became a Mega Evolution, this would decimate people. Oh, and don't forget to check out Alestrals. You can join our Discord server for free at discord.gg/Alestrals and get involved in the incredible game that I am creating. Our first edition is coming very, very soon, and people are getting their Shattered Stars packs right now. So check out all the hype at discord.gg/Alestrals and don't miss it. Let me know what Mega you want to see and what generation you want us to cover next. I'll see you guys next time.